Oh, everybody, this is Football Psych. I'm Coach Mad Mike.
It's Lord Sarge!
And this good old Shaq. Ooh,
All right, man.
yeah.
Great to see you guys, man. Great to see you guys.
Yep.
So, so good old Shaq freaking came off of a cruise where, man, tell us what happened over there, man.
Oh, man, listen, I wanted to record out there, but I dropped my phone in the pool because I was having very, very drunken moments on the cruise, and I was out of it. So, and y'all didn't want me last week anyway because I was inebriated. But
Yeah.
but I will tell you this: even though we lost, I want to channel my inner macho man against those Cowboys because they look like trash. Oh yeah, brother.
So the Eagles won their game, man. But man, I love to see it when Dallas was like hurting like they were, and the Eagles didn't look that good either. So
no, not at all.
what do you think, Lord Sarge? We can't hear you. You must be muted.
Lord Sarge is muted.
He's muted.
Hear me now!
There you go.
Hear me now!
He's over there like a rookie. Over there muted like a rookie, man.
All right, so I got an old friend of the band. You know, the band. He used to be our roadie. His name's Louie, and Louie is the chief of the Ravens parking lot party, man. He is a diehard Ravens fan. He even bought an old UPS truck and painted it purple and did it all up so they could do the, do the pregame show and everything. So he's at the game. And so I was listening to the commentary after the game. And even the commentator said, we've never seen the Ravens so unhappy to lose and the Redskins are so unhappy to win and the Redskins fans so happy to lose. It was true. It was true. The Ravens are pissed because they thought they were going to beat us by 50 points. And Louie's like, yeah, I'm so angry at the Ravens. They suck. We should have creamed you guys. And I'm like, but you didn't.
Yeah, you know what I think? I think people way underestimate us right now, which is a good place to be. It's a good place to be the underdog and then make people scared.
I'll tell you, Coach and Shaq, my prediction was if we're within 7 points in the fourth quarter, we would have had a chance to win. Yep. And no matter what, if we were within 7 points of the Ravens, it was a fantastic game, another step up, and it totally came true. I love what they did on the field. I love the plays they called. There was some, there was some stuff, but let's not get
carried away with the play calling because that first quarter and a half was good old Kingsbury play calling. It was not good.
Well,
yeah, but he was true to form.
Yeah, true to form.
But that's a way better team on paper than we are, right? It's a way, way better team. And for us to hang penny, tooth, and nail with a team that much better than us on paper, oh yeah. That was the first real team we played that was healthy, right? A good team that was healthy. That's the first one, and we gave them a run. They did not run away with that game.
Yep. Now,
all right. Well, hey, I want to welcome the fans that are out there. Listen, all the fans that are out there, welcome to the show. Make sure you put your comments out there. Lord Sarge will do his job and make sure he calls out stuff that you guys have because this is a participation sport. So you got to participate. If you just want to watch the video, watch something else. You play ball here and you type your little comments in the section and participate in the show.
Let's go.
So listen, Coach and Shaq, my biggest critique, I love the game. I loved our performance. My biggest critique, I have to agree, was the play calling. We only had 58 rushing yards, and I was hoping to see a huge game from St. McCluster Duck.
Well, no. Now, the issue is, I believe if we had Brian Robinson playing, if Brian Robinson was playing, we would have got more because Eckler he's not that in between the tackles guy anymore. So we needed Brian Robinson playing.
We need McCluster Duck in there.
Yeah. Like, no.
So for those of you who don't know who McCluster Duck is, it's McNichols. McNichols is a third string running back. He was in there. Listen, he was held mostly in check.
Yeah.
The primary running back we have this team obviously is Brian Robinson. It's not Austin Eckler, which many people thought was going to be at the beginning of the year. McNichols is good as a relief guy. He is not a workhorse. We were going to struggle in the run game. This should be no surprise to anybody. Brian Robinson right now is like 5th in the league when it comes to touchdowns. He is like, I can't remember where he was at, like 19th in the league or something like that when it comes to actual rushing yards. But like that's as of right now, even when he didn't play this week.
He's 12. He's 19 now, but he was 12 going into the league.
Yeah, 12th going into the game.
I still think McNichols should have been. They should have pushed the run game more. In my opinion.
I mean, the Ravens are good against the run, so I can understand why they didn't do it. But like, I will tell you, one of the things that I really liked about what they were trying to do, which was largely unsuccessful, is they were trying to spread the ball around. This team still suffers from not having a good number of solid number 2 receivers.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because that's one of the things I want to talk about tonight. Olamide Zaccheaus had him, our guy, had a bunch of clutch drops. We needed them. 3rd down plays, 4th down plays. He had a bunch of clutch drops. That's something that I definitely want to dig into tonight, for sure.
I was shocked he hit a couple of the balls he dropped.
Yes,
I was shocked at the couple of balls that Terry Scary caught.
Oh yeah.
And then Jaden Daniels threw. Like,
yeah, but getting back to Zaccheaus, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. Like, Zaccheaus actually, even though he had a couple drops early on, he actually cleaned it up near the end. Yeah. He had some big catches. Like, he laid out for one on the sideline where I was just like, I didn't know Zaccheaus could even catch like that.
Yeah.
But you know what though? Coach Man, Mike, this one of the things where it was too little, too late. Like when the game when we was in position where the game was like close. Well, like if we do this instead of kicking this field goal, when Sieber missed the field goal, right? When he missed the field goal, you know why we had to kick the field goal? Because he dropped the pass. We could have went into halftime tied up.
That's true. Right or wrong. It's true. It's a different ball game if you go in there tied up.
It was a different ball game. If we went in halftime tied up. You know what I mean?
And Cyber missed one field goal all year, and it was that one right before the half, and it was just like, but field goal kickers are going to miss. But I agree with you. Yep. If you get us in a position to tie that in the halftime, and we go in the half tied up, it's a different ball game.
Yeah.
Different ball game for sure.
Hey,
so,
I want to welcome
Sarge, you want to welcome some people out there? Hold on. Lard Sarge, you want to welcome some people out there, some fans?
Santiago Bond, a new viewer to the channel. Welcome.
Yep.
Yeah, all right, Santiago.
What's going on?
Andy.
But hey, look.
Yeah. By the way, Coach, and I want to hear what you think about this, Coach. I'm gonna toss it to you. Jack Miller is saying as soon as Armstrong left the game, the defense immediately went to worse, and I couldn't agree more. What do you think, Coach?
Well, kind of. So, like, we kind of knew, like, our edge rushers were garbage to begin with. Like, even though we go from worse by losing Armstrong, I mean, we were already worse to begin with before you start the game. So, like, you got Clellan. Clellan is trying to step up a little bit. He still don't have it. Armstrong didn't have it a lot to begin with. Yes, we go to worse, but, like, we're already bad on the ends. So, like, and when you go and you bring in guys like Jamin Davis, like that doesn't work. It just really is not working. Some of the other guys they have just really aren't working.
Now, I'm going to agree to disagree with you this one. I'm going to tell you why. Dante Fowler had a good game.
Yeah,
Dante Fowler had a good game.
He stepped up a little bit.
He stepped up. It was one play when they was about to get him with the horse collar, but they could not get him with the horse collar because he grabbed the back of Lamar Jackson's jersey.
They had to talk about it.
They had to talk about it. Now, I want you to think about this. With Armstrong being gone and out of there, we bottled Lamar Jackson up. If it wasn't an orchestrated run play for him, we sacked Lamar Jackson a ton of times yesterday. I didn't look up the exact number, but we sacked him a ton of times. They put pressure on him. They ran blitzes at him. That's why I said I got Joe Wicks defense on here for the front six. Now, that secondary, Zay Flowers made us look like trash yesterday. So, but trash, complete trash. We already knew the secondary was trash. But
that's Lamar and Flowers. Come on now,
man. Listen, I am going to give that front four did what they were supposed to do in the game.
So do you really think we lost anything by losing Armstrong when you had Flowers that came in?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Fowler came in there. Fowler was putting pressure on. I mean, he's an older guy now. So when he was getting beat around the edge, who is Lamar Jackson not beating around the edge? And you know what I'm saying? Lamar Jackson is the most electrifying guy in the league. So who is he not going to be around the edge? So to see him dragging him down, chasing him around the backfield and everything, making him throw errant throws and stuff like that, Dante Fowler stepped up. He did. So we can't completely take a dump on the ends because he did his part when he's moving around the field. So I mean, Jack, I agree with you, but we're going to agree to disagree on this one.
So okay, so we got Shaq and Jack Miller on this one. So I will tell you, we had 2 sacks on the game. I just looked it up, and they were both by Dante Fowler.
Yep.
There you go.
Both by Dante Fowler. So maybe we improved a little bit.
Coach,
hey,
let me throw that back. How many pressures were there in the game on Lamar though? There was a lot of pressure.
I think we did a pretty good job pressure. I don't have a number, but I thought, overall they did pretty good. But I'm going to have to tell you something that this is going to come as a shock to everybody, maybe viewers as well. We just lost Jonathan Allen for the season.
Oh, it's season now.
It's a season.
It's a season now. Oh, I heard earlier it wasn't. Oh.
It's for the season now. They're going to place him on injured reserve, and that's going to be a big one. And so now we need Johnny Newton to really step up. I know they played Fedarius Mathis a lot. They played Fedarius Mathis a lot in this last game. So between Johnny Newton and Fedarius Mathis, they're going to have to link up with Deron Payne and really do that. But that is a huge loss to an already struggling defensive line. And I agree with Santiago on there. It's Newton time.
Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, what's the season-ending injury? What happened?
It was a pectoral. It was a pectoral injury or something. A pectoral tear or something like that.
Yeah, it was a pectoral tear.
I know this girl over in Herndon that knows how to do a massage on that. I'm not sure. But maybe I need to do a referral into the.
No, I will say this, and I said this before the season started months ago. Didn't I say Johnny Newton was going to be our breakout defensive player? If he got his chance, he's going to be the defensive rookie of the year. And he got it. I called it.
I remember it.
And I said, if he get his chance to play,
he's a little slow to get the defensive rookie of the year because we're already 5-6 games in the season. But
I said if he got his chance though, so we're about to see something different. I said I called you. Johnny Newton is one of my dogs on the defense out of this whole rookie class. Sam Harper was my guy, and he's going to come back and be on the practice squad sooner or later. And Johnny Newton, I called these 2 guys.
Wait a minute. So why? Tell everyone out there why you think Newton is the guy.
I said Newton's the guy because Newton should have went in the first round, but because of his foot injury, he slipped into the second round. Johnny Newton was a dog in college. He was
He was projected to be a top 15 pick before he started having foot problems, and he had the 1 foot surgery. We picked him up in the second round, and then after we picked him up, he had surgery on his other foot.
Yep, but
now he's had surgery on both feet. Maybe both feet are good now.
I don't know, but I know a girl in Thailand could take care of them feet. I'm telling you. all the things have got to do with call me. And I got a girl can help him out.
Rub him up real good, huh?
Yeah, rub him up real good. But
shout out to you, Mei Wong.
Yeah. I'm telling you though, Johnny Newton was a first round talent. They slipped into our grasp. Even in the beginning picks of the second round, I was like, why is he not going yet? And I called him before the season started. If this guy gets a chance, he's going to be a savage.
Yeah. Right. So welcome Montreal Cobb to the channel. Welcome up.
What's up, Montreal? What's up, Trail?
Shit. Jack Miller is saying your guy is not a run stuffer. He's a pressure guy. Is there any truth to that, Shaq? What do you say?
No. He's a pressure guy. He's a pressure guy. Like that's what we got Bobby Wagner and Lulu behind him for, though. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I
actually heard Wagner's number called a couple times this game.
Yeah.
He was stepping it up.
And Lulu could have had a couple picks. So I was satisfied by the gameplay of the front seven. I was like, front 6, 7. I was satisfied with that.
They came to play, didn't they? They came to
They
play.
came to play. Even with us losing Armstrong, which is supposed to be the guy, all that stuff, John Allen getting hurt, stuff like that. They came to play. They did what they supposed to do against what the most electrifying athlete in the NFL. Them pre-scribed runs, him rolling out the pocket and all that stuff. Of course, man, that's what he's gonna do. He's Lamar Jackson. But all the pressures, all the every throws, he threw an interception because of the pressure. And guess who applied he did? And guess who applied that pressure? Dante Fowler.
All right, Coach, I got a question for you. Circling back around. So we all agree the front seven came to town. They got a little more trained up. They put their best foot on, right? As best as they could. And that was awesome. But, Coach, who do you think was the standout player in the secondary this week? The standout player. Who was the best game?
God, I don't know if I have a standout in the secondary, actually.
Really?
You know, I really don't know. I can't think of somebody that I would say was really stood out to me. I thought Sinistro had his moments, but he also had bad moments in that game. So, and then I will tell you, our safeties, I was not real happy with our safety play at all.
That's what I wanted to hear. Focus on that for me for a sec, because I want to hear what your opinion is on that.
No.
Well, I mean, when you look at Forrest, I think he was a little erratic. I'm just not real happy with the way they look in the backfield right now. They're just overall. It needs a lot of help, and we're not going to pick up players. So the question is going to be like, are we going to be able to get them to the next level?
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to put that on the secondary coach to figure it out, because Quan Martin, I didn't think played that well either.
Nope.
So, and St. Just, I didn't think he played that well.
He had a couple. He had his face in there.
Now
it's just not enough. It's not enough. It's not the one that's going to get the job done.
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
And I think Lamar Jackson. I mean, he threw for over 300 yards, and some of those throws that he did, like especially in the middle, in the deep middle, were like wide open all game long.
Yeah,
and they never adjusted to it. And I saw that they played a lot of cover 2 in situations where they really probably should have played cover 3.
Coach,
I think that hurt it.
That was because we're trying to stop Henry. You can't do both.
No, because they really weren't run defending either. They were they were playing like just cover 2, and it was just too flat. Like there's sometimes where you gotta commit to like a cover 1 tight to like really get in there and stop the run when you really know it's going to Henry. And there's times you got to go to cover 3 on those passing downs. I didn't see enough, and I blame that on Joe Witt. And talking about Joe Witt's defense, like you got
Joe Witt's defense. Joe Witt's defense.
I am not real impressed with the way they're doing their defensive play calling at all.
Wow.
At all.
That's why I put my name as Joe Witt's defense. Now, for the secondary, Lars Sarge, the caveat to Coach Man Mike, Satterfield had a pick, first career pick. So that's a plus. He had his first career pick. Nobody could keep up with Zay Flowers yesterday. Nobody.
Flowers roasted us, man.
Nor would we expect anyone on our team to do that, right? We're just outclassed.
Yep.
Well, not by Flowers, though. Flowers is normally an average receiver at best. That dude, we made him look like he was a freaking Pro Bowler in that game.
But he's done that all year. He's done that first 5 games, too.
No, not like that. Not like that.
Now I'm looking up how many yards Derrick Henry had, because I think we kept him pretty bottled up. So
Henry rushed over 100. I think it was like 132 or something.
But he didn't get that until right at the end of the fourth quarter.
I'm about to say
it over.
I was on the plane trying to watch it, but it kept freezing up.
What I tell you guys, and what the analysts up here are saying in the Washington, D.C. market is, they had one way to go or another. They could try to stop Lamar passing, or they could try to ensure that they didn't get beat on the run game. And they chose to focus on the run game, knowing the secondary was going to give up the ball no matter what. And they did. And they did hold Henry. The problem is when you push Henry up the middle and you have that option, you can't. If you're going to go for Henry, then Lamar's free. And that's where Lamar got his yards. We don't have enough personnel talent to cover both those angles. So to do as well as they did was freaking outstanding.
and then now, this is now the defense did 132 yards for Zay Flowers, 132 yards Derrick Henry, 332 yards for passing for Lamar Jackson. Now, since we're still talking about the secondary on the scene, right? I wasn't impressed with the secondary. I mean, the safety play at all, right? During when Mark Andrews scored, that could have been avoided. But what the heck was I got doing? He's just looking around. Mark Andrews standing wide open in the end zone. Like what's going on? Listen, between Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews, right? They lead the league in scoring tandem. Like literally, they lead the league in scoring tandem. So how could you get in the red zone and lose focus of the number one scoring tandem in the NFL? The other half of it, I didn't understand it.
6'11".
Because typically, because typically in a situation like that, you're going to put a strong safety on them. But I would cheat a linebacker his way too and bracket him when you're in the red zone.
Yep.
You know that they're focusing on a guy. You got to double team. You got to let him beat you with somebody else, right? And between the 20s early on, maybe that's when you focus and you bracket Flowers a little bit, because I'm sorry, when you get 120 some yards in the first half, when you go into halftime and you make some adjustments where you got to go like between the 20s, I'm bracketing that dude.
I'm not gonna lie. Zay Flowers, and then it's not. I think it was his yards after catch. He was just juking that guy. They falling all over the field.
Pretty good. We had a lot of arm tackles in the secondary.
Yeah,
spun out of a lot of stuff when he should have been stuffed right on the spot.
So what I saw in the secondary was I saw our safeties playing flat-footed. And what happened was, again, they were in that cover too, like they were playing the outside. They left the middle of the field all open, and when they started hitting Flowers in the middle. Like he had two receptions in a row on numerous different times where it looked almost like it was the same play, him coming across the middle, and they were not adjusting to it.
Throwing the
that is Joe Witt's defense.
So my question to you is, Coach Matt, Mike, Lawrence Sarge, why didn't we go to a single high coverage to kind of cover the middle of the field? You know what I'm saying? Because there wasn't no real deep threat yesterday. Deep threat, he went down likely one time. You know what I'm saying? A couple times down the field, longer than 30 yards. Lamar Jackson will let it go longer than that, but he's not going to do it the whole game. Why didn't we just go to a single high coverage?
Because everyone up here is saying that the strategy was to play contain, to try to contain and then outscore them.
And they failed at that strategy, because I will tell you one, if you would have went to a cover one, to your point, Shaq, a really strong cover one where you did a cover one quarterback contain, you could have stopped the run and you could have stopped Lamar. And you're only keeping one safety back there, but you're covering the middle of the field. Yeah, you can adjust, but I think your adjust play that comes out of that, if they start attacking the outside on you, is then go to cover 3 and you got it.
So Coach,
I do not like the cover 2 scheme that they work, because their whole secondary plays flat. Yeah. And I don't like that. They're not on their toes. They're not engaging. They're letting a play come to them, and they're just getting chewed up. So you got to be smart as a coach to know to adjust when you see that happening.
So, Coach, is that something you've seen historically with Joe Witt, or is it a personnel-based thing, do you think? Do you think if he had better personnel in the secondary, he'd call it different? Or do you think this is, like Shaq said, like Joe Witt defense?
I would have to ask Shaq, because I don't know Joe Witt's defense that much to know. This is his first gig as a defensive coordinator.
But hold on, let's get it clear, because he was Dan Quinn's right-hand man last year. So
is that Dan Quinn or is that Joe Witt?
And I think it's a combination of both of them, because how many times did Dallas give up, especially in the playoffs, giving up 30, 40 points? They gave up a lot of points on defense last year. Their secondary, and they had the personnel.
Yeah,
they had the personnel. So I think it's their defense. I don't think he had Quandre Diggs. They had guys down there.
They had guys, yeah.
They had guys down there. So you're looking at this secondary, and it's a combination of personnel and a play caller. But I really think it's just Joe Witt's defense. That's why I put him as the name tonight.
I'm not happy with their defensive play calling, because I'm a defensive guy, as you know. And when I saw the defensive coverage earlier, then I was about ready to lose my flipping mind. Yeah. I'm just like, get out of the cover 2. Get out of the cover 2. I was yelling at throughout the whole game. And there he goes, Flowers over the middle again. and he catches another ball for like 22 yards. I'm just like, you guys are a bunch of idiots. Get out of that freaking coverage. They know exactly what you're doing.
So, Coach, what do you think they were thinking calling the cover 2?
And they don't have any
cover 2 guy to begin with. But like if I'm calling cover 2, it's like I'm almost trying to get to in position some of those to man up, which you can't do when you're getting chewed up. You got to zone up and you got to put pressure on the quarterback. We were starting to put a little bit of pressure on Lamar. He was running on us as well. That's when you lose your containment. So there's a lot of things that just were going wrong. But I will tell you one thing I did like is there was fight there. There was fight. But like me, I put it more on coaching than on the players. Like, the players you got. So you got to play to their strengths.
Yep.
And I was not happy with the defensive play calling.
And so now this is my thing right here. Dan Quinn, defensive guy, defensive coordinator, head coach, best defenses in the league, to a certain point, right?
Yeah.
At what point did he say, hey, Joe, I got it. I'm on the field. I got it. At what point did that happen? When you see the adjustments are not being made.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You definitely should be talking on the headset, right? And even if you don't necessarily take over play calling, you can see what a defensive coordinator, because you're another set of eyes, right? Yep. And you can just say, Joe, change it up. They're on to you. This is your third cover 2 in a row, and they're eating you up. Like, change out of it. Let's put some pressure on. Let's blitz. Let's get them cover 2 or cover 1 contain. Let's blitz a linebacker. Let's do something. You got to change it up.
And what Zay Flowers was killing us in the middle of the field. What outside threats did they really have that required us to stay in the cover 2?
None.
Zero.
None. Which is even more shocking why you wouldn't adjust. Right? Yep. You have to adjust. You have to make them beat you another way.
Yep.
Folks, we got a few folks on. Get in the comment block and let us know what you think about our line of conversation on how this defense was run, how Witt was calling defense in the cover 2 instead of doing some different things like Coach and Shaq are talking about. Throw us a few comments and tell us what you think and what you saw.
It's a participation sport, guys. You got to participate. Right? This right here, this channel is all about participating. Otherwise, we'd pre-record it. We want to hear from you guys.
Yep. Right? But I can't tell you this, though. Again, Emmanuel Forbes is going to be gone. And then we already agreed with John Allen, whether if this team was losing, he's going to be gone anyway. But I think we're not going to – I don't think we're going to keep him after this season. John Allen. It's just me personally. I don't think we're going to get –
He still has I can't remember. He's not a 5 year.
3 more years.
Okay, so there's a chance we could, but I think we need to show him that this team's really heading in the right direction. I mean, we're 4-2. I'm okay being at 4-2 considering where we're at right now, right? I'm okay. I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys think that are out there? You guys okay with us being 4-2 right now? All you guys that are online, are you okay at 4-2 right now?
I am. I am at 4-2, and we lost to 2 really good teams. Tampa Bay is stomping everybody. The Ravens are beating some of the best teams in the league. So we lost to 2 pretty good teams. Now the thing is with us being 4-2, I don't want to be like Dallas, where we only beating mediocre teams. We get to a 12 and 5 record, 13-4 record. But all of our wins were against mediocre teams. Then we get to the playoffs against the dogs that are left, and we getting washed up, getting stomped out, kicked out in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what I don't want to happen with this team. And right now, it looks like that we're on that trajectory. We're only beating sorry, mediocre teams, right? And then we got the Panthers coming up. We got the Bears coming up. Stuff like that. We beat up on these teams. What are we proving to the rest of the NFL? They're like, oh, they can only beat these teams. And then we get another, who else we got later on in the schedule that's difficult? We got to play the Cowboys twice. We get the Cowboys. We got to play the Eagles twice.
We got to play Eagles twice.
We get to these games and we're losing. They're like, okay, well, what's really going on down there? We're going to be another mediocre team.
So, I will tell you, when we're looking at the Panthers and we're looking at the Bears, right? Those are our next 2 games. This is a chance to try to clean something up and work on some areas, right? And I think some of the transitions in our play calling need to have, and I put it on both coordinators. Like Kingsbury needs to work on some of his play calling and figure out these guys and really figure out how to get these receivers involved. Who is your number 2? Let's get these guys going a little bit. Let's get these tight ends going a little bit, right? Robinson should be able to come back. He should be able to help these so you get the running game going, right? Because Austin Eckler, he almost looks almost exclusively at this point as another receiving back.
Yep.
Right? It's like they're not using him for anything much of anything else.
Nope.
And so they got to figure things out offensively, and then defensively, they've got to change up their defensive call, and they've got to figure out when somebody's doing something to you, you got to recognize it and already know what you're going to.
Now, here's my thing right here, Coach Mad Mike. We got, you said Carolina, Chicago, right? We got them coming up. We got the Giants again. So there's 3. Chicago mediocre at best. Carolina is trash. We got the Giants. They are trash.
Whoa, Shaq. Whoa. I'm gonna stop you right there. Chicago is not mediocre at best. Chicago is finding their game. If you watch that game this week, they are finding their footing, and they're getting dangerous. They're getting dangerous.
It was against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Nonetheless,
they're going to be the number 1 draft pick next year.
Okay, I give you that.
I think Carolina is going to be, but I think Carolina's going to be the number 1 draft pick, but we'll see.
Right?
Right?
Chicago's a pushover.
Look, it's going to be a good game, but Chicago, no, their offense is good. Defense is just not that good.
Yeah, one of the things that we have to be cognizant of is, like, I think when we're looking at Carolina, we're looking at the Bears. These are 2 games for us to get our shot group tightened up, right? Because after that, 3 of the next 4 after that are divisional opponents.
Yeah,
right. So we got to get our act together. If we want to take a run at winning this division, we have 2 weeks to clean up our act before we start getting into some of those games against the division in there.
And any more injuries, right?
Yep.
Well, you can't necessarily control injuries, but
I know. That's why I said hopefully.
Right.
Now after the Giants game, because we got the Giants, we gonna close them out for the year, right? This is where it gets serious for us. Week 10, Pittsburgh. That's gonna be another test for us. Week 10, Pittsburgh. The Eagles, week 11. Dallas, week 12. Right? And to all my Cowboys fans, oh yeah, what did you think about that loss yesterday? What did you think about that loss? Oh, my Cowboy maniacs! What did you think about Cowboys? How about those Cowboys? Tell them my inner macho man. Let me tell you something, Coach Mad Mike.
Let me hear
it. Listen, it was so bad I couldn't call my mom.
Yeah, we know your mom's a Cowboys fan.
And I said, "Mom," and she said, "What?" And I said, "I can't talk to you right now." And she goes, "I understand." I said, "I'll call you after the game." She said, "Okay." and then right before I come and said, "How about them Cowboys?"
Yep. How about them Cowboys? Hey, if they better figure it out. They're on a bye week this week. I hope they don't. I hope they don't. I hope they don't. Keep playing the way y'all playing. I like it.
Honest with you, I did not think that game would have been that close. I don't. I just wow.
You know about the Cowboys last game?
They got no running game, and Prescott and CeeDee Lamb just are like, I'm on the left, you're on the right, and no one knows who's damn in the middle. You know what I mean? They look off. I
want to talk about another topic here.
And you know what? Both them boys just got paid.
I was about to say that. They just got paid. And this is where oversaturation, overinflation of the market looks like. Trevor Lawrence looked like trash this year. Dak Prescott, trash. Tua's hurt. Joe Burrow's not having a good year. This is what the overinflation of the quarterback market looks like. You paying all these guys that aren't really winning anything. This is what it looks like. And we said, hey, man, we've been talking about this the whole offseason.
The only exception I'll take to that is Kirk Cousins, who I think was a horrifyingly bad deal. But for whatever reason, he's put
hey. You know what's crazy? Jane Daniels is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
with lots of records.
Yep. And right now, unless Caleb Williams starts showing more flashes against teams other than Jacksonville, Large Sarge, Jay Daniels is gonna be the rookie of the year.
Yeah, and I called this at the beginning of the year. I told y'all that Caleb Williams playing in Chicago was going to be rough.
Yep.
And everybody was high on him. And I was just like, no. Jaden Daniels is the guy to watch. And and all the pundits out there were all saying Caleb Williams. Even Large Sarge was. Come on, Large Sarge. I'm telling you, like Jaden Daniels already got a gap on him.
He's finding his footing. We're 5 games in. It's taking a little longer. He's dangerous, and I've underestimated the Bears before, and I won't do it again.
But here, I've also said this: for when you're Chicago, it gets cold and it gets windy at Soldier Field.
It does.
We're not even there yet, and he's already struggling.
Yeah,
we're not even there yet. He can end up being another Justin Fields in there when he goes, "Oh my gosh, it's cold and it's windy here." Because we know Caleb Williams, when he put up all those numbers, he did it at USC. It is different in Chicago than it is in California. Just saying.
Hold on, let me see. Oh, I was looking at somebody. I thought he was a rookie too, but no, he is in his third year. I was looking at Jordan Mason out of San Francisco because he's having an outstanding year.
Yeah,
he leads the league in rushing right now. So, but he's in his third year. I thought he was a rookie. Never mind. Index.
Index. All good. You got any big comments out there, Lord Sarge?
I do. I want to throw a shout out to this week's unofficial sponsor of the channel. Brand new Jack Daniels, age-stated 7-year black. If you all haven't had it, you need to get it.
Man, how do you sponsor somebody when they don't pay us a single penny, man?
You know what?
You got to go to the liquor store to get that bottle, man.
Well, we set a record tonight for the number of viewers. I'm not going to say it because I'm embarrassed to say it, but nonetheless, every single one of you that are on tonight just set us a new record for people.
Okay, well, good.
And I appreciate it.
Don't sponsor nobody else when you got to go to the liquor store.
I'm giving you a celebratory whiskey sip.
Okay, you can't throw a free sponsor out there to somebody. You got to go to the liquor store and buy that bottle, man.
That's some tasty whiskey. Listen, gents, we're improving every week. That's what I'm going to say. We're improving every week.
Well, and you know what? It takes the fans to help us improve. Y'all keep it up. I appreciate all you guys that are on. Keep the comments coming. This is a participation sport, so keep your fingers moving. Let's go.
Now, mid-season, right? We're getting close to mid-season, right? So, by game 10, let's say by the end of game 10, what do you think our record's going to be? By the end of game 10, Pittsburgh is game 10.
Jack called by the end of this month 7-2.
So we are 4-2 right now, and I think we can win the next 2.
We got the Bears, Giants, and the Panthers.
So the Giants are after that. We can beat the Giants too.
Yeah.
So
we got the Bears,
we can
Giants,
win the next 3.
San Diego saying 7-3.
Ooh.
7-3, and we're 4-2 right now. Like, who is he saying that we're going to lose to? The one after that? Who do we play after the
San Diego? Call your wins.
The Steelers.
Call those.
We play the Steelers after that.
Yep.
You know what? Santiago might be right because we could probably win all the way to Pittsburgh and then lose against Pittsburgh. And Santiago could be right.
So this is my thing right here.
Santiago, I think he's right.
Yeah. And then this is my thing right here. I'm gonna tell you this. This is my thing with that, right? Again, we're gonna be able to beat all these mediocre teams, these teams that are not good, and then we're gonna get to Pittsburgh that's playing good ball. And we're going to lose. That's a problem with this thing. That's a Dan Quinn staple. That's what happened in Dallas. That's what happened in Atlanta after his first year. It's a Dan Quinn staple. It happened to Kingsbury in Arizona. This is their staple. I'm just saying.
I mean, they are who they are, right?
Yep.
So, you got to hope that they're growing and that they're moving in the right direction because this team is a rebuild, but the coaching staff has to grow too. With this team, so they've got to work.
Remember, gentlemen, what I called. What did I call? How many wins did we get?
Oh,
I'm still on 8. You said 9.
I'm one more game to go before we're a third of the season. and we're already 4-2. So
Yep.
I'm not puffing my horn.
No, I hope you're right because I told you that too. I was just like, I'm okay with being wrong. I don't mind winning more than 8.
But the more I see the offense perform, the again, I think it looks a lot like last year's Lions, right? Had a crap secondary, and the offense got them all the way to the division, right? And this team looks very much the same as that.
Yeah.
I agree to disagree with that, right? I'm gonna tell you why. Detroit had more foundational pieces last year. Their defense, they had Aiden Hutchinson.
Secondary.
Y'all secondary was better. The secondary y'all had last year was better than what we have now, Lars. Sorry.
Oh, that's a stretch, but
come on. Yeah, they were better, right? And then the offensive pieces was there. Y'all had Jahmyr Gibbs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had David Montgomery. Y'all had St. Brown.
We got Robinson. We got Eckler. We got McCluster Duck. We got Scary Terry. We got Daniels.
No, we
have
have
sight better than Goff is.
We have Scary Terry. We don't have nobody else in the receiving core. Y'all got multiple targets in that receiving core. Raymond, there are guys up there. So you can't say that this team, and they were there last year. You can't say that this team this year reminds you of that team. That team was clearly better than this team this year.
Yeah, because the Lions have receiving core is way better.
Better.
You got St. Brown, you got Williams.
Yeah, but you know who was missing this week? I'll tell you who was missing. I didn't see Zach Ertz. I saw one great catch. It should have been a touchdown by Luke Skywalker.
Oh, yeah, Luke. Yeah, I was like, my boy finally showed up.
Get those guys in the game more. They need to be involved more, and they're not.
They're out there.
They're out there. But we've got weapons. We can score 30 points a game. We've been doing it. This was close.
Looking at our tight end room, I'm glad we're back on the offense. Looking at our tight end room, I'm like, why did we get rid of Cole Turner? Looking at our tight end room, they have been the most inefficient, ineffective part of this offense this year.
Yeah, you know I'm a Cole Turner fan. I mean, he's on the practice squad. I mean, they can activate him anytime he wants. But, for some reason, they're sticking with John Bates, and I haven't seen John Bates do nothing.
John Bates wasn't a receiving tight end in college. He wasn't. Yeah, he was a blocking guy.
And I get having him in there blocking when you have Robinson out there, but when you don't have Robinson out there, why did you even need him this week?
And then with Kingsbury offense, right? People gonna get used to seeing these certain sets. They be like, oh, Zach Ertz ain't in, they running. Oh, blah blah blah, and they gonna get used to seeing these certain sets. Oh, yep. Ben Simmons is in. Oh, when they sit down and they scout the film just like everybody else, they're like, oh, Ben Simmons is in. Oh, okay. They ain't doing nothing. No deep ball threat, no catches. Ben Simmons got 5 catches this year? If that.
Oh yeah, he's got a few. He did pretty good earlier on, but I think that they're kind of getting away from him a little bit. And I kind of wish that they would get back to him because I think he's far more talented right now than Zach Ertz is.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Right.
But
I want to see more of it. I just didn't see it this game.
No, it's going to get predictable though. The offense is going to get predictable right now. Jaden Daniels got sacked entirely too much. He wasn't, but again, he was trying to stay in the pocket. He wasn't trying to scramble. Wasn't trying to do too much running, unless he had to and stuff like that. But the offensive play sets are starting to get predictable.
They are.
They starting to get predictable.
And Lars Sarge said that last week too, and that they were starting to get a little too predictable. And so, and I'm starting to see it a lot more this week than I did last week. But one thing I do like that Jaden Daniels is trying to stay in the pocket. I do like that he's doing that. And he had a couple runs where he went to the outside and immediately tried to get out of bounds. Love it. You can see huge growth from week 1 with that crazy, thinking it, he was acting like he was part of a circus act week 1 to now he's looking more like a solid quarterback. And it showed. He had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions this week. Some good yardage.
Now I'm gonna tell you this right here. This is just me personally. I think if they let Jaden Daniels off the chains a little bit more, they just loosen the leash up a little bit on Jaden Daniels, we probably would have pulled the game out. If he got closer to 100 yards of rushing, compared to the 35 or 40 yards he had. And they let him just say, all right, Jane, go do your thing. I think we would have won the game, or like the game would have been way closer than it was, even though it was only a 7-point loss. But I believe if they had let him off the leash a little bit more, like, hey, you got them legs, go use them. We need you now. I think it would have been. We would have had the game would have been better. I think we would have went into the halftime with the lead actually if they had just let him off the leash a little bit.
Yeah, and you know what? There's a couple other things about Kingsbury that I want to add to the conversation. He doesn't reverse his plays.
Yep.
He like there's a couple plays like when he does a screenplay, it's always to the right.
Yeah. You
know, when he's got to change it up to like go, you know what? I need to do a screenplay to the left.
Yep.
Some of the patterns that they did when they were doing certain plays, like I'm just like, why is Terry McLaurin always on the left side, almost running the same routes? Like, why aren't they moving him around a little bit?
I have no idea, but I do know this. The worst play, but the best play he did the whole game was that little flea flicker thing. I was like, what the hell? It was a flea flicker screenplay.
And he almost dorked it up.
Yeah. I was like,
because he bobbled it a little bit.
I was like, what kind of play is this? Like, he didn't even look straight down. It was just a straight screenplay. I was like, what is this? Why would you call that play? It worked, of course. But I was like,
it was really awkward because it was like a flea flicker that he bobbled a little bit that turned into a screenplay.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, oh, you guys are, it was like it was more luck that y'all got away with that. Like, don't do that again, though, because that kind of looked a little ugly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And then another thing, too, one of the things I noticed about Jayden Daniels this week, he is getting better at sliding. Yes, he's getting better at sliding and stuff like that. One of the things once he gets outside the pocket, he needs to, if he's getting pressure, he got to get that ball out of bounds. I noticed a few times this week that he was like, he would take off and only get like 1 yard. When I'm like, okay, well, you could have let that one go, and then we can go back and go back to the drawing board. So
yeah, right. You let it go, then take a hit, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I'm wondering though, and maybe you can answer this one, Shaq. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if the play calling is as shallow as it is because we just don't have the receivers.
Well, that's a big part of it. I mean, Noah Brown is trying to help, but Noah Brown is a third string, fourth string receiver at best. Zacchaeus is a special teams guy. You know what I'm saying? Jameson Crowder we ain't seen him on the field, and we probably not. I don't even know why he's on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. I've been saying that since the beginning. Like, why do we?
De'Ami Brown is like, he's
just out there getting cardio. Like, you know, he's just getting cardio. De'Ami Brown had 1-2 catches. Was he being targeted? Yes. But his issue is he cannot separate from the defensive backs. Like you want the fastest guys on the team, but you ain't getting no separation. That means your route running sucks.
It's his route running.
It's your route running. That's why we got rid of Jahan Dotson. Route running and drop the pass. Not only did he not understand Kingsbury offense, but route running and drop the passes. Right now.
More McCaffrey, because McCaffrey can cut like a monster.
Yeah. Well, he's a slot guy. So
I know, but maybe he's not.
So now here's my thing. He's never going to be an outside threat. He's too small. He's not going to be. He's not going to be an outside threat.
Shaq, there's been a couple guys in the NFL that were too small, that were top notch.
Yeah, but he's not Deshaun Jackson, right? So
like, I was about to say.
I kind of agree that he's probably a slot guy.
Mix it up. We're talking about Kingsbury not mixing his plays up, being too damn predictable, right? Mix it up, throw him over there, and see what the heck can happen. If nothing else, the defense got to go, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense to us, and he pulls a guy, right?
Yep.
Leave Zach open across the middle or whatever.
I think again, I mean, I like all the guys that we have. I mean, I'm not going to poo-poo on them too bad. We just do not have, like this, we should just call it. We just do not have a number 2 wide receiver. We have a 1, and then we go a 3, 4, 5, 6, right? We don't have a 2.
I look, Santiago
saying Santana Moss was short.
Yeah, he was short.
He was short. I mean, that's here.
It was Gary Clark back in the day. Like, that's real old school, but Gary Clark was.
Who was the Seattle guy? It was in Seattle for all those years.
Oh, Steve Largent?
Too short to play.
Oh,
Steve Largent?
they said that about Doug Flutie too.
So McCaffrey's got speed and he can cut. That means he can break open and get some room. I'm just saying, if I was in Kingsbury's shoes, I'd have figured out a play to throw. I would mix it up like we've been talking about, right? Don't always throw the screen to the right. Don't always roll Daniels out to the right. Speaking of which, Daniels, Shaq, I got a question for you.
Yep.
How on earth is that boy throwing dimes like that?
Listen,
How did he throw those two balls to Terry Scary? I looked at those passes and how he was throwing, and I'm like, that kid has got a scary aim mechanic.
yeah. And everybody wanted him. People were trying to trade up to get him. They knew he was going to be gone at either one or two. So people were trying to trade up to get him. Now the thing, let's not all give it to Jaden Daniels though. He's going to put the ball only way his receiver can catch it. But the route running of Terry McLaurin helped him out.
Amazing.
He helped him out. He
But
helped him out a
put the
ton.
ball only
Yep.
at exactly where it needed to be for a guy like Scary Terry to make the catch. How? And on the move.
On the move.
Like when you look at his accuracy in Madden, it'd be a 99.
No, again, it has to be. It has to be. And you know,
Well, except for that one pass that he like really overthrew that almost got picked off.
yeah. And I don't know what that was about. I was like, man, why not just throw it out of bounds? Like
It was like he had one ugly throw that like I don't understand how that didn't get caught. He got lucky that it didn't get picked off.
Yeah. But I know his accuracy is good, phenomenal. But again, he's getting help from Terry McLaurin. Now, if he's been doing it for the other receivers on the field, they just dropping the ball, can't catch,
Yeah, so
or they get free.
Yeah, so Santiago and Jack both think like he's better than Lamar.
Yeah.
Accuracy, and the long ball. Accuracy. I said this already. Accuracy and the long ball. So I agree with you, Jack. The accuracy and the long ball. He's better than Lamar. Now, when it comes to like the physical, electrifying stuff like that, we're gonna get a little bit of that from Jay Daniels. But when it actually comes to quarterback play, he's a better quarterback to me personally. So far, we haven't seen. In a couple years, we will see how it works. 2 years from now, let's see if we still having the same conversation.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, we can say this now through 6 games, but let's see if we still having the same conversation because Lamar Jackson has been consistent. But but looking at the optics now, that's what I'm saying. Looking at the optics now, precision, accuracy, stuff like that.
Decision making.
I think right now through 6 weeks, I had Jaden Daniels being Rookie of the Year.
He's definitely a contender so far.
Contending with who?
Definitely.
Yeah, like I don't know who he's contending with though. Like I don't know who else is even close to him right now.
Mahomes.
No, I said Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie. Sorry, yeah.
You better say Caleb Williams.
He's on the top right now, but let's see what Caleb Williams delivers. Caleb is getting hot.
I'm going to tell you, Caleb.
Shaq, hot against nobody, but hot.
So I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree wholeheartedly. I think there's going to be 2 or 3 people that even pass Caleb. There's going to be another rookie that's going to emerge. As Caleb is going to drop off. He might be about 4 or 5 on the rookie list. I imagine that like guys like maybe even out of Detroit that you got the guy you got over there, Pinky that you call him over there, Terrion Arnold. We call him Pinky there, Shaq, because he dressed all in pink when he walked across the draft.
When he came for the draft, he wore a pink suit, so I named him Pinky. He's Pinky.
Terrion Arnold can do well.
Malik Neighbors. Neighbors.
Neighbors.
Jack Miller. I'm glad you said that. Yeah, Malik Neighbors.
But he's injured right now. So
but he still have.
But he is lighting it up, man.
He's carrying the offense.
Malik is an insane receiver.
So,
if they're those two right now, Jay Daniels and Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, and so and they're both LSU guys, which I kind of like. But Caleb Williams could end up dropping down even more. Like somebody else could even emerge and get across. I don't think Caleb Williams is going to have it because Chicago, we have not even hit the time period where it gets cold and windy yet. And when it does, he is going to hurt because he's hurting now.
Man, Coach, I'm gonna rub this in when it comes back to haunt you. I'm gonna rub
It will not come back to haunt you. I'm going to tell you.
rub
I'm
it
going
in.
to tell you. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. I'm not going to give
For
so.
a week, Coach. I'm gonna rub it so hard. You ain't gonna sit for a week when I rub it back at you.
It's not going to happen because I've seen every Chicago quarterback struggle when the weather starts changing. They all struggle.
Now, let me ask y'all this: between last year, this far in the season, between last year and this year, who do you think the most improved player is? Between last year and this year now.
Between last year and this year,
That's
most improved. Are you talking about on our team?
Yep.
Yeah, our team.
Yeah, on our team. Come on, hell.
Most improved player from last year to this year.
That's a good question. That's a really hard one.
And thus far in the season.
Because half the team's new, so we gotta take them off
half
the
the
team.
damn team is new.
Yeah. So you take half the players who are new to the team, you gotta take them off. Who's the most improved player that was here last year?
Yeah.
Man.
Not Armstrong. Who's the
Armstrong wasn't on it last year.
He wasn't on it.
Right, not Armstrong. But it's one of the ends, one of the tight ends, right? The defensive guy. Come on, Coach.
Defensive ends? We don't have any defensive ends that are carried over from last year.
None?
Nope.
Not a single one? Tackle.
No, they're all new.
Tackle.
Are you talking about Deron Payne?
No.
Cornelius
Jonathan
Lucas.
Allen? Who just got hurt and his season just ended?
Yeah, no, not him.
Fadarius Mathis?
No. Oh,
That's it.
John Baptiste.
Maybe it's the offensive.
Yeah. Hey, look.
It's the offensive line guy.
You talking about Sam Cosmi?
No, not Cosmi. No, man, he's not the most. This is me.
He's not the most improved.
No,
I actually think Cosmi looked better last year.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's me personally.
All right, who is it then?
I'm asking y'all. Before I go. But yeah, before I tell you my spiel.
Who?
I'm gonna go. This is me personally. I'm gonna go with the line, the left tackle, the spot we was worried about. We're like, oh man, we brought this guy back.
Cornelius Lucas.
Cornelius Lucas. I said it twice already. Cornelius Lucas.
All right.
That's a good choice.
Gentlemen, hold a second.
I didn't like that we resigned him.
We got votes here. We got votes. For Jamin Davis. We got B-Rob. And we got Wiley.
Oh.
And we got Lucas. Votes from the fans. There we go. We got some comments coming in. Welcome to
Yeah. What's up, Cuzzo?
All right.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Yeah,
B-Rob was good, but he was injured this past week. But he has played better. Jamin Davis, it's been an interesting transition for him from linebacker to defensive end, and he hasn't been on the field consistently enough.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, Cornelius Lucas, I'm gonna tell you why. He was trash. I was like, man, what are we doing?
He was trash.
Trash. What do we bring back? But guess what? How many times have we seen Jamin Davis with threats coming from that top left side? Ain't been much. And it ain't been combing up that plane.
Yeah, I can't give anybody in the secondary. I can't give any of the linebackers. The linebackers are all new. Defensive line, I can't give it to any of them. Then when you look at the offensive line, I can't give it to any of them. Receivers, all you got is Scary Terry. Tight ends, all you got is John Bates returning. So I mean, you run out of options. So you look at B-Rob, you look at Cornelius Lucas. Who else you got? There's really nobody else to choose from.
The fans all choose different ones.
Yeah.
All of you choose different people. So it's hard. That's a hard question, Shaq.
Hey, something to think about, right? Because we do have some pieces that are on this team.
And I don't like Wiley. Wiley has had a lot of penalties this year. He's kind of looked rough. Yeah. I have to think it's probably Cornelius Lucas is the most improved.
Well, both Jack and Santiago are saying Wiley is playing a lot better.
I actually thought that they had him rated a lot higher than what he's actually playing, though.
Yeah.
He's stepping up.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
But overall, all of our guys that were here on this offensive line are actually holding up. Because we was crapping on them the whole preseason. Why they ain't doing that with the line? You had Large Sarge. We had the lost tackle they wanted to play, right? But who's
the most disappointing?
All right, folks. Coach Mad Mike has asked, all of our followers out there, everyone watching the show, who's the worst that we
Yeah,
have?
who's the most disappointing player so far
From last year?
from last year?
Last year.
Who's the most disappointing from last year? So it has to be a player that was on our team last year.
They were on the team last year. They're still on the team this year. Who's the worst?
Emmanuel Forbes, easily. Easily.
He sucked last year.
Like Emmanuel Forbes, and then because there's gonna be two guys on the defensive ball for me. Yeah, Emmanuel Forbes or Deron Payne. To me, that's what I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say. Oh man, this is hard.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say.
We got one for Forbes. We got one for St. Juice. We got one for number 13.
Yeah, number 13 is Forbes.
Forbes.
Yeah, there you go.
Forbes.
There's two Forbes in there. Yeah, I'd say Forbes too. I'm on totally on the Forbes bandwagon.
Yeah,
He's disappointing from last year. I mean, he stunk last year.
Yeah.
No, but he got worse. There was no improvements. I didn't see any improvements from him.
So it's most disappointing. That's right. I did say most disappointing.
Most disappointing. There was no improvement. He like from every game he has played, the quarterbacks have picked on him. There's been no improvements. Most disappointing. And I've been talking about him the whole time.
Okay, I got to go with that too. I'm glad to say that. I mean, because I was leaning towards Derek Forrest because he had such a good year last year, and he's looked like crap this year.
Yep. But I'm just saying St. Juice, but no Forbes. How we haven't waited and picked up anybody else that helped the secondary out is still beyond me.
Montreal
That was supposed to be Mike Davis.
Montreal said all the quarterbacks were the most disappointing from last year. Yeah, Montreal.
All right, Montreal. That was a good one.
Oh my God.
Damn, man.
They're all disappointing.
I don't. There's been no improvement. There's been no growth. One thing I can say though is that at least they swarming to the ball. They wasn't doing that last year, but no Forbes. Most disappointing. No improvement. Zero improvement.
Okay, so I'm gonna change the rule up again because I like this. I know we're a little over in time, but screw it. I want to stick around a little bit longer. So like,
I'm missing my Monday night game, man.
we'll be all right, man. If y'all gotta drop off.
I got beer and ribs waiting on me now. Come on.
Yeah. But like, I want to ask out of the new players that are on because I have the teams new. Who are you most excited about based off of what they performed so far? How they performed so far?
All right, folks. Recapping. Whoever's watching, out of the new players we brought on, who's the most exciting?
Besides Jaden Daniels, because that's the easy one. Besides him.
Okay, except in Daniels. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, give me somebody besides Jaden Daniels. Everybody chime in. You're in your comment section because Jaden Daniels is easy to say. Like, yeah, he's the one to be most excited about. Besides Jaden Daniels, who are you most excited about right now?
I'm gonna be honest with you because it looked like Bobby Wagner's finally starting to wake up. So he will be in the running for it, whatever case may be. But I'm probably Austin Ekeler.
Okay.
Because Austin Ekeler, Austin Ekeler, because he's actually been performing. Like he's been performing when he's on the field, he's performing. So, we
got Louvu and we got McCaffrey and we got Mickey S. So I'm gonna have to agree with you, Shaq. If I'm looking at stats only, Ekeler was the best pickup we made. He has produced more than any other new player that we've got. Although Louvu from a defense standpoint, I would say is the top.
He's starting to wake up, but Bobby Wagner is too because Bobby Wagner is starting to get back
game, but Louvu is killing him.
Yeah. And Bobby Wagner's starting to stuff the run. He's getting around the field, stuff like that. So he will be a close second. And Louvu is in the mix too. But yeah, I'm gonna say Austin Ekeler out of all the new guys that we brought in.
Yeah.
I like the Ekeler one. I like the Louvu one. I like McCaffrey. I like those choices. But when he said Mikey S. Sinistro, I actually think that he's improving. Like this guy could be the future of our corners.
Yep.
Because believe me, we need some help on corner. We need somebody to step up. And the only one that I think has ceiling left to him obviously is sinister.
Denver still, yeah. I you know what? You got a real good point there, and I agree. He is improving. It seems like he's learning every week.
Yeah, it's like he's learning.
He's getting his face in there, and he's getting tougher.
He picked off Lamar Jackson, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I
think anyone could have got that pick, but yeah, he was there and he read it and then he picked it. And
all right, we got to keep this thing going because we got to wrap it up. So we got to finish this discussion now.
Give me some ribs, coach.
So out of all the new players now, which one's been the most disappointing? Out of the new guys that are on the team, come on, put your comments in real quick so we can wrap the show up.
Jeremy Chin, Michael Davis. Hold on, you want me to keep going?
Keep going, Wagner.
Yeah. No. I ain't gonna put Bobby Wagner in there. Michael Davis in Nagby, in Hignagby. You want me to keep going in the secondary?
Bobby Wagner. Wagner is a veteran. He's supposed to be the coach of the defense, even though Quinn ain't doing coach of the defense. To me, bringing in that kind of top talent for him to have such lackluster performance over all the games, I'd say he's the biggest fail.
Well, no, because we already know the secondary.
The fans, y'all got some defensive guys that are newer players that are a little disappointing so far to you. The new guys that are on the team.
Nothing yet.
No, but I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you my honest. I'm going to say Cleveland Ferrell, Cleveland, and on the offense. On the offense, I'm going to go with Zacchaeus. Disappointing.
Okay. Disappointing.
Yeah, disappointing. Yeah.
I know you're real unhappy with all his drops this last game. Sarge, who do you think? Who are you going with? You said Bobby Wagner.
I said Wagner.
You said Wagner? Okay.
I mean, with the expectations that came with bringing him on and how lackluster his first 4 games were, I'd say he's the biggest disappointment. Santiago saying Davis is.
Yeah, ooh. Michael Davis. Yeah, the corner. Yeah, he's been quiet.
Yeah. I just think Jeremy Chin, you know what I'm saying? We keep going and on with the secondary. Yeah. Everybody.
No. Shaq, I'm going to call you out on that. Jeremy Chin popped Lamar out of bounds, almost brought the whole team after him because he put a pop on Lamar. I love what Chin did. Chin gave him a chin strap.
Nah.
So I'm gonna tell you one that a name that we haven't heard already. That's Brandon Coleman. He's been completely absent.
I'll leave it to coach to bring up one.
And I'm just like, where's he been?
Yeah.
I mean, we purposely weren't going out looking for left tackles apparently because he was supposed to be our guy.
Yep.
And he's been like nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
That's a huge disappointment.
Santiago says he's a ghost.
He's a ghost.
And Jack is saying he agrees with you, Shaq. The 2 cornerbacks.
Trash.
All right, guys, we got to wrap up the show. I appreciate you guys, Jack, Santiago, all these guys in there. Who's the other one? Montreal,
Tammy, everybody that tuned in tonight. Even if you ain't commenting, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate all you guys, man. Make sure you come back next week. We're going to be back on the show again after the Carolina win.
Shaq, go long, Shaq.
You know what? He needs to be our number 2 wide receiver because I've never seen Shaq miss a ball yet. He's got every ball that Lord starts playing.
He catches it and it's gone already.
He's gone already. He's 100%.
I do got one thing to say before we leave out of here.
All right, let's do it.
How about those Cowboys? Oh, yeah, brother. How about those Cowboys?
All right, what do you got, Lawrence? Our last comment for you, buddy.
Man, I love you all. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. Coach, are you on vacation next week or not?
I'm on vacation next week.
But you're going to be tuning in?
So I will probably not be tuning in.
All right, so I
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
keep
you
it
guys
moving.
have
All
got to
right.
keep this show going next week.
It's
I
me
will set up the
next week.
room. I will set up the room. I will make sure so all you guys that are listening, tune in next week because Shaq and Large Sarge will be running the show. I will be blowing bubbles because I'm going
Lord.
scuba diving.
Lord.
I'm going to be a Roatan blowing bubbles.
Blow
And,
bubble. Scuba
but
dive.
Large Sarge and Shaq are be running the show next week.
Oh boy.
And I will try to listen in, but I doubt I'm going to have the connection to be able to participate. But
right.
I'll see.
Well, I do know this. For all you Cowboys fans out there, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling today? And we take our loss. It was a good loss. But y'all lost.
It was nasty. Dog nasty.
Oh man, I can't wait for the Cowboys game, man, because I want to beat the crap out of the freaking Cowboys this year, man.
They ain't nowhere to be found.
They've been quiet lately.
The roaches haven't came out of hiding yet. They got to win some games.
We got a lot of people. We got Leo. We got Josh. We got all kinds of people who are Cowboys fans out there. What's that girl's name that we had that was out there as a Cowboys fan?
Oh,
Bartender.
Yeah, we got your mom. We got all kinds of Cowboy fans out there. Yeah. All right, guys, we got to wrap it up. This is Coach Mad Mike, and this is Football Psych, and we are out of here. Peace. HGGR, baby. We're gonna go